Hello everyone and welcome back to the channel. Hope you're all safe and healthy. So as you might know from the title of the video that today I'll be visiting the 2021 Riyadh Car Show that is happening as part of the Riyadh season here in Riyadh, Saudi Arabia. And those of you watching this video from outside Saudi Arabia who might not know what Riyadh season is, I'll just give you a brief explanation. So basically Riyadh season is a collection or a big festival that's happening here in Riyadh, and it is obviously limited to the Riyadh city. And there are a lot of different festivals like concerts, there are events, carnivals. Then those of you who might be WWE fans, you might know that the WWE Crown Jewel happened here in Riyadh, Saudi Arabia, and that was also a part of the Riyadh season. Also the car show that I'll be visiting today is a part of that Riyadh season. So this is a pretty huge festival that will be going on for at least 5 to 6 months. It started back in October, so now you know the scale of this season. So in today's video I'll go through, or I'll be going to the Riyadh Car Show, and I'll try to cover as much as possible because this Riyadh Car Show is one of the largest car exhibition here in the Middle East. So believe it or not, even Dubai has not yet, or UAE, which is pretty well known for their automobile culture, have not yet hosted such a huge exhibition. And the Riyadh Car Show did happen back in 2019 as well. That was also one of the largest exhibitions, but again for 2021 they are back. Obviously they had to miss the 2020 year because of the pandemic, but in 2021 they are back, and again it's bigger than ever. There are a lot of manufacturers here, and I'll try to go through everything I can. Also one more thing, since there is a lot to cover in this Riyadh Car Show, I might make it a small series with small parts between 15 to 20 minutes, so it will be easier for you guys to watch as well. If possible, I might make just one big video. Just make sure that you subscribe to the channel and also turn on your notifications so that you'll be the first ones to know when I upload those videos. And now let's go ahead and I'll meet you in the car show. Okay everyone, so I am here at the Riyadh Car Show 2021, and let me just turn the camera around for you guys, and here you go. So this is the entrance over here. I hope you can see that clearly, and this is all the expanse all around of the car show itself. So there are a lot of different sections in the car show itself, and I hope I'll try to cover them all as I can, or as well as I can in this video itself, because I thought it might have been more massive, but I think I can easily cover it out in one video easily. So let's continue and head from the entrance to the straight. We'll come to this area later on, but first we'll head over there so that I'll show you everything that is available here. Okay, so on this side we have some classic cars, and we'll take a look at that. The way that it's designed actually is meant to look like traditional Arabian architecture. So that's how all this stuff, you have seating benches here, you have fire going on. So here we come to the classic car section, and let's start with this over here, and let's see what's the name of this car. So let me just cover it. I hope you can see that clearly. DeSoto. I'm not so sure about the car. This is the first time I'm seeing it actually. So this is how this car looks. The paint job is amazing, gold, white. So, and it's also a convertible, by the way. It's an open area, so please forgive me if there's a lot of wind noise. So DeSoto brand, I think this is for the first time I've heard it actually. So you might know about it more than me. So do let me know in the comments down below. And you can see we have the convertible leather top, and this is how the interior looks. Pretty good, I say. And then let's come to this side over here. So we have the famous Cadillac Eldorado. Again, it's a convertible, and this thing is just massive. Looks really nice. And this black, and it is pretty well maintained. All the chrome and the paint looks amazing. And here's the Cadillac badge. Here's how it looks from the front. It's so huge. Then we have something over here. I don't know what that is. If you guys know, let me know in the comments. These are the wheels, the classic famous white walled or white sidewalls wheels. Eldorado written right over here. And the interior is really nice. So red interior, I hope you can just see that clearly. Looks pretty good. And then this is how the rear of the car looks. So again, pretty nice. I do like this design over here on the back of the older generation of cars. I do love that. And that's all there is written, or that's all there is to say about this car. Now let's move on to the next one. Then we come on this side, and let's take a look at what car this is. So this is a Bentley. I don't know the exact name, but I just know it's a Bentley because of the badge. Up top you have the flying bee right over here, and the classic Bentley logo. Here you can see the grille, so huge, and it's just a proper classic Bentley design, nothing more to say. And even the sides are pretty nice and elegant. Looks pretty good. You have the same style of wheels again in most of the classic cars. You had that white stripe around the tire. And this is the interior. I don't think I'll be able to fit in this interior. It just feels so small. So that's one thing. And then let's take a look at the back. So you have a nice amount of trunk space, it looks like. And the design is pretty simple at the back. There's nothing much exciting over here, but that's all. Then let's move over here. So we have the Pontiac Firebird, two models actually. This one does have, like, I think this one has a shaker hood, so that's pretty cool. And this is how the Phoenix looks. I think it's called the Phoenix, I'm not sure though, or Firebird, Trans Am Firebird, I believe that's what it's called. Then this is how it looks from the side. You have the classic wheels with the writing in white that also many people or many classic cars had. This is the engine, a 4.9 liter V8 I believe. Then from here you can see the side vents that allow for heat extraction. And this is the interior. From here you can just see how you have a T-shape top. So basically you can remove all your panels from here and act as a convertible. So this is the interior, pretty nice, and again pretty well maintained. Only that the color obviously just makes it hard to maintain it a bit. But this is an automatic, by the way, so that's one thing. Let's take a look at it from the back. And the design is also pretty good. So Trans Am, I was correct. So Trans Am Pontiac, and that's the badge. And then this car itself, so I think this is also a T-top, yep. And this one is the turbocharged variant of the same car. So basically two variants of the Trans Am. So this is the turbo. The back is pretty similar, just the naming is changed. And also the side is also same, no changes over here. But instead of the shaker hood on that car, you have a hood bulge. But this is actually pretty strange to see. The hood bulge usually is in the center, but this is over here on the side, on the driver's side, by the way. And from the front also it's pretty similar. But from some areas I'm seeing, when you compare both the cars, this one just sits a bit higher. I don't know the reason, but for some reason, I hope you can just see that clearly, it just sits a bit higher than this one. And also this car is from Kuwait, it's not from Saudi Arabia. So you can see the Kuwait Classic Car Club. And this is the interior. You have cloth seats, again an automatic, but overall pretty well maintained. So here I think this is one of my favorite cars right now in this classic car collection right over here. And it's the Chevelle SS from Chevrolet. And you have the SS badge in the center, Chevelle written right over here. Again, this car is from Kuwait, and you can see across the silver paint you have nice black stripes. It looks pretty nice and mean. I think think I love this car a lot, especially from the old generation of muscle cars. This is one of my favorites. Also, when or what do you say, in conjunction with the old Mustang GT350 or Eleanor, and you have cowl induction written right over here. So all those technologies that were introduced at that time. Pretty nice looking rims, and also the wheels. You have your white lettering on it. The SS396. That is the engine size, I believe. And this is the interior, full leather. I think it's a manual, yep. And again, pretty well maintained. Then let's take a look at it from the back. So this is how it looks from the back. I think I like the back design a lot more than the rear, or more than the front. You have Chevelle by Chevrolet, and that's all. So now what we'll do is I'll just move from here and we'll take a look at all the cars that are outside. Okay, so this is the classic car area though. So I've just moved from over there and I've come right over here, and you can see we have a row of Mercedes right over here. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5 another Mercedes. But let's take a look at some of them. I won't go covering all of them, otherwise this video will take too long. But right over here we have a classic Mercedes. I think that's an SL Coupe. Then we have another, I think this is a Pullman right over here. Let's just take a small look at it. And whoa, okay, this is a Mercedes-Benz 600 from 1976, and you will not believe it, this car is currently priced at 1 million riyals. Okay, so this one is pretty classic. I hope I can just see it clearly. I'm not getting a lot of light, but yeah. Okay, this is a Ford. So this one is a Ford Model T. Okay, so this is the main attraction over here in the classic car. It looks like it has won a lot of awards as well, and the model is from 1915. Does look good. Gold accents, black paint. The interior is also pretty nice for a classic car from 1915, but also again I don't think I'll fit here. And you have the tires from a bicycle, it looks like, and this is how it looks. And we come over here to the Lamborghini Espada. So this is my first time taking a look at the Espada as well, and you have nice air ducts over here, Naka air ducts it looks like. So silver looks pretty good. Sorry for the dark video guys, because the car show starts pretty late, and currently it's almost winter time now, so it gets pretty dark right by the time the car show starts. And the lighting on this side though is pretty dark as well. It's pretty bright over there, but this is all I can show you from here. And let's just take a look at the back. Another Mercedes which I showed you though, and this is the Espada badge right over here. This is how it looks from the back. Then we have a Panther, first time seeing it. Then we have a Volvo, looks pretty good, well maintained. A Fiat. Then another Mercedes. It looks like there are a lot of Mercedes in this classic car space right now. Then we have a Corvette, I think so. Yep, that's the Chevrolet Corvette from 1956, pretty good. We have another Corvette right over here, another one, and another one. Looks like now the Corvette trend is gonna start. So we have a red Corvette, a blue Corvette, and another red Corvette right over there. Then we have some more Cadillacs. Now let's move on and we'll cover some of the cars that are on that side of the stage. Okay guys, so before we move on to the side over there, I just wanted to show you, we have a Pagani Museum right in the center of the whole Riyadh season, and I'll come and take a look at that inside. But first I just wanted to cover everything on this side. We'll just take a brief look at them, and then we'll come to the Pagani Museum, and then we'll cover that area and the rest of the other parts. Okay, so this is the first part of this whole area over here, and we have the Gemballa logo right here, so you know which brand this is. And most of you might know already that about the car. So we have a Spectre Mini, and this is again the Gemballa Porsche. So it has been modified to be used on the off-road actually, and it looks pretty nice. You have the classic Porsche headlights. You have a nice hood scoop right here for air intakes or just to provide more downforce. You have a new carbon fiber bumper right over here, and let's take a look at it from the side. It's pretty chaotic, so sorry if I'm running around a bit. Okay, so this is how it looks from the side. Pretty nice, raised up 911. Not something you see very often, and it looks pretty good. You can just see the wheels, off-road wheels look pretty good with the brake calipers right here. and we have carbon fiber rear view mirrors, a pretty nice side air intake right over here, and right over here again the same design for the wheels. And let's take a look at it from the back. So project sandbox, which obviously means it's going to be driven on the dunes. You have the revised bumper from the Porsche 911 Carrera. Looks pretty nice. I think this is a good design. We have exhaust from Akrapovic, so it looks pretty good, and you have a black dot mirror. So that's all there is to show over here in Gemballa. Okay, so moving on from Gemballa, we have an Autofabrica station over here, which is obviously all bikes. So we have you can say basically modified bikes right over here. I don't know, they all look like BMWs to me because of the boxer engine right over there. You have a Yamaha motorcycle here, which is modified to look pretty good. Then let's come here. Okay, so moving on from Autofabrica, we have the BAC or BAC Mono, and you can see we have the brown carbon fiber on it. Looks pretty nice and tasteful. I think brown carbon fiber is pretty underrated. Very few people design it this way, and I think I like it a lot. The design is pretty simple or similar to the first generation of the BAC Mono, but there are some tweaks and changes right over here. But here you can see the wheels from Pirelli. I do like the design of the BAC Mono wheels. You have brakes from AP Racing, pretty good, and you have the suspensions from Öhlins. I hope you can see that. And this is the interior. This interior is definitely not made for someone like me though. Then you can see the engine right over here, almost. Then this is how it looks from the back. You have exhaust over here in the middle. You have third brake light just like in the F1 cars, and you can just see the suspension over here, and you have a small air intake up top as well, and that's all there is. Now let's move on to the next one. Okay, so next on the line is Aston Martin. So let's take a look at the cars in the Aston Martin paddock. So we have the Vantage Speedster. Looks pretty nice. The design is pretty good. Right now they're cleaning right now, so just sorry for that. But the design is pretty good. We have pretty cool looking wheels, and this is basically just limited production. It is meant to compete with the cars like the Ferrari Monza and McLaren Elva, and this is how the interior looks. Pretty nice. And let's move on to the next car right over here. We have the Aston Martin DBX. I've made a video with the Aston Martin DBX. If you want to watch that, just go or head to my playlist, which I'll link down in the description. And I have made an in-depth detailed review of the DBX, but the specification here is pretty nice. We have a nice blue paint job with a red interior. And let's come to the star of the paddock over here, and that's the Aston Martin Valkyrie Spider, by the way. And why do you know it's the Spider? Because you have a removable top over there. And personally, I think I do like the Spider more than the coupe, because you get these style of butterfly doors. On the coupe you do get the gullwing doors, but you do have a bit of gullwing going on over here. But this is how this Valkyrie looks from the front. You have the standard or the launch paint job over here. You have a lot of aerodynamic going on over there, or aerodynamic stuff, which are borrowed from or taken from Aston Martin F1. Then we have a rear view digital mirror, and this is how this looks from the interior. So pretty thin seats, again to keep the weight low, and I hope you can just see that clearly. And that's how the interior is. Again, not made for someone like me. And you can just see made in England. We have the Valkyrie logo right here. This top just comes off. You have to undo some latches, and you can just easily take it off, but obviously you can't store it anywhere. Then we have that engine right inside. So it's a Formula 1 derived engine, and I think from the few clips I have heard, I think it is one of the best sounding cars right now currently on the planet. And you can see we have some side skirts, again borrowed from Formula 1. We have a pretty huge diffuser at the back, and I think the new 2022 F1 cars will be having a similar style of diffuser like this one. But that's all about the Valkyrie. And we have a Vantage right over here. So the Vantage color is pretty nice as well. You can see it. I hope you can see it in this lighting correctly. Looks pretty good. The wheel design is also pretty nice. And that's all. And this is your DBS Superleggera. I hope everybody knows about this car by now. So it looks pretty good. And that's your interior, brown interior. I hope you can see that clearly. And let's move on to the next paddock. Okay, so from Aston Martin we come to Singer over here, and we have a lot of or just two Singer cars right over here. So Singer is obviously famous famous tuner for Porsches, or basically the older gen 911s. So here we have a Singer 911, and you can just see the engine. They have put it on display. I think this is the air-cooled engine, so pretty nice and well detailed. Looks pretty good. And that's your exhaust. Then we have another one over here. This one does look a bit newer than the one over there, but you have pearl white projector headlamps, carbon fiber splitter, though the fuel cap is right up top, right over here, and that's pretty unique. Looks pretty good as well. You have your oil cap over here. You have carbon fiber air intake for your engine. That's your interior right over there. So carbon fiber rear engine cover right here. So here's the interior of the Porsche 964, obviously modified by Singer, and the bucket seats are just lovely. Obviously they are carbon fiber. I hope you can just see that clearly in this lighting. And the interior over there is also pretty good. You can just see how the dials are set in. They are totally different dials from the standard Porsche, and they do look like jewel boxes or watches from the luxury brands. So they look pretty good. You have a nice classic manual, and that's all there is to see in this interior. But overall pretty good, and I'll do like this car a lot. So that was all there is to show on the DLS Singer Porsche, and it does look good, and most of you might recognize it. It is available in the Forza Horizon 4 and Forza Horizon 5 as well. So this is the same car, and overall I think this is one of the best looking classic cars out here over here in this paddocks, all the paddocks that are available. And let's move on to the next one now, and I think many of you might be familiar with this one. Okay, so moving on from Singer, we have Brabus right over here, which are obviously the famous tuners for Mercedes. So we have classic Mercedes right again. So Brabus also maintains, and I think they revamped the older gen or the previous generation of the Mercedes cars as well, and they make it look pretty good and clean as well. You can just see the interior, how nice and clean it is. Looks pretty good. Then we have the Brabus GLS Maybach 600, I think, but this one is 800. You can just see those massive wheels over there. It's pretty huge. And I have actually made a video on the Mercedes Maybach GLS 600, but that was the standard one. This is obviously the Brabus, so more power, better handling. But Brabus don't skip on luxury as well. You have a blue interior, looks pretty good. And this is how it looks from the back, I believe. Yep, so 800 horsepower. And you can just see the exhaust right over here, how massive they are. So pretty massive exhaust, carbon fiber diffuser, and looks pretty good. Then we have another Brabus over here, and this one is basically a camper. You can just camp in anywhere you want, and this car is built for camping as well. You can just see the off-road wheels. You have fuel cans at the back and a lot of stuff. Looks pretty good. And out there you have a lot of Brabus company stuff as well. So you have a lot of Mercedes S-Class, G63 wagons. So all Brabus companies or products are just kept over there as well. Then let's move on from Brabus to Koenigsegg, and one of my most favorite hypercar company right now. And the first car you see over here is the Koenigsegg Gemballa, and basically it's the four-door hypercar of the new generation. So you can just see over here the world's first Mega GT and Koenigsegg's first 4.4, and you have all the information you need over here. So basically you have a 3-cylinder engine in it. This is how the car looks. Pretty good and pretty aggressive as well at the same time. You can just see how massive those air intakes are. The headlights look pretty good. So overall pretty nice. Let's take a look at the interior now. So you have a yellow interior. You can see all the 4 seats for the 4 passengers, and that's how this looks. You can see the car is currently recording me because I'm moving around from this camera over there. So hi, you can just see my hand over there just waving. So that is your interior, and let's take a look at the back. So we have the rear of the Koenigsegg Gemballa. You have the yellow ghost, and you have your exhaust pipes right up top. The headlights or the tail lights look pretty good, and this is the custom luggage that Koenigsegg will sell you, which fits obviously perfectly with the car as well. And you can obviously travel anywhere with it. It is meant to be Hyper GT, so 1700 horsepower, and you can and also pretty comfortable to cruise with. And let's come to the next car over here, but I think this is one of my favorites. See, you have the Jesko Absolute, and the 2019 Riyadh Car Show there was the standard Jesko. So the standard Jesko has the rear wing, which is obviously to provide more downforce on the track, but the Jesko Absolute is meant to go as fast as possible. So you can see we have a larger front splitter. I think this is similar to the one on the standard Jesko, but you don't have the canards. Most of the air intakes over here are closed up to provide better airflow down the side. You have the wheels, carbon fiber wheels, looks pretty good. Then the main change is at the back. So instead of the rear wing, you have fins or two fins over here. So this is how the rear looks. So those fins are basically to help it stay stable on the high speeds, and also the rear wing is gone, so you don't have any aerodynamic or automatic errors over here. And this is how the rear looks. You have a pretty open diffuser as well to let air flow as smoothly as possible, and I think it is meant to go more than 300 or 300 miles per hour. And you can see the rear wheel over here is covered up totally, obviously to smooth the airflow down the side, but that's one thing. And the interior is pretty dark, it's not visible though, but I think they have not showcased the interior as well. It's basically it's going to be the same as the standard Jesko, but that's it. Okay, so let's move on from the Koenigsegg stand and let's come over here now. So we have some more classic cars out back over there. I hope you can just see them clearly. And we have a lot more cars right over here, and we'll take a look at that. Okay, so let's take a look at the cars over here. So we have a Porsche 911 Turbo in a nice gold. We have a Ferrari Testarossa, I believe. Then we have a Jaguar XJ220. Then right over here currently we have a Bugatti Chiron. This is actually a rent-a-car, believe it or not. So this Bugatti here is actually a rent-a-car. I hope you can just see that clearly. It's a rent-a-car written. So obviously you'll have to pay pretty good amounts. But if you want, you can just rent this car and go for a drive with it. And this is how it sounds. And let's move on to the other side, or basically this globe over here. Let's go inside. Okay, so we are here in this globe. I hope you can just see that clearly. It's a pretty large space, but you do have a pretty good collection of cars. So this is the same 911 Speedster which was outside as well. Then you have a Jaguar right over here. Looks pretty nice. We have Dallara, and it's in green carbon fiber. Looks pretty good and cool as well. Green carbon fiber is also something you don't see very often. And that's your interior. So the seats look like they're bolted right at with the body itself, and it doesn't look like you can adjust pretty much. It's a manual, by the way, and I think this is a pretty good looking car though. And green carbon fiber is something very rare, so it instantly makes it my favorite. But this is how it looks from the back. Then we come over here, we have so we have the Jaguar E-Type, and it is I think it's a bit modified, I feel like. So here you can find a bit of the information of the car. So it's a 1971 Jaguar E-Type, and you can see all the information about it. Looks pretty good and well maintained as well. And the brown paint is something unique. Then we come over here, so we have a Lamborghini Diablo GT. So this is the 73rd car out of the 80 car production that Lamborghini did. So it's a metallic black though. You can see the scoops and vents all around the car. You have yellow interior, by the way. Looks pretty cool. You have a roof scoop, and you have a nice rear wing. And this is how the rear wheel looks, Diablo GT. And you have your 6-liter V12 right over there. And this is how it looks from the back. Then we have a nice Ford GT, and in the Gulf livery. Looks pretty nice. And you can see the interior from here, I hope, because it's too bright right now. So this is how this one looks. Then we have a Porsche 911, pretty unique color, looks pretty nice. You don't see this color often. Even the interior is green, looks pretty good. Let's take a look at it from the back though. And it's a turbo 3.6 liter. Then let's move on. So we have some model cars from Amalgam collection right over here. You can see a 599 GTO, Mercedes SLS, La Ferrari, and you have quite a few smaller models as well. I hope you can just see that. And you do have a McLaren P1 as well. You also have the newer Ferrari Monza SP2. Then we have Porsche 911 or 918 Spider, by the way. So 918 Spider, 887 horsepower, looks pretty good. I hope you can just see that clearly. Then we have the La Ferrari, and this is the La Ferrari Aperta, I believe, because you have the removable hardtop. Looks pretty nice, and especially in this black and the red accents on it. Then we have the Lexus LFA. Then over here we can see we have a Bugatti Super Sports. Actually, this is the same car I've made a video with. It was you can, if you want to know more about that car, it is in my video where I made a tour with the 7-car launch showroom, so you can just take a look at that. Then here we have the Bugatti Chiron in this pretty unique spec though. It's a grey and a purple color. I hope you can just see that clearly. And you have a cream interior or brown interior as well, and chrome wheels as well, so pretty unique. Then let's come over here. So we have a Zenvo TSRS. So you have that movable wing over here, which this car is famous for. So you have that. Then we have a Lamborghini Centenario, and it is a pretty nice matte carbon fiber. You can just see it's matte all the way. You don't have any glossy bits on this car, so it looks pretty unique. Then we have a Pagani Roadster, I believe. Yep. And it looks pretty good, again in the blue carbon fiber. I think Pagani does carbon fiber colors much better than any other manufacturer. You can just see this. You have the Italian flag, you have the blue carbon fiber, and this is the interior of the car. I think from the standard Pagani Huayra lineup, the Roadster is my favorite, just because of some of the extra bits they have put around, and it looks pretty good. And here's your engine. Then we have a Lamborghini Reventon. Then over there we have an F12, a 918, an SLS Black Series, another one Black Series. You have an SLR McLaren again. Then you have another Black Series. You have a 458 Italia Speciale. You have another 918 Spider. Then over here we have the Koenigsegg, I believe 121. I think that's the name of this car. So Koenigsegg's are one of my favorites. If you don't know about it, yep. So this is a Koenigsegg 1 of 1, and this orange paint scheme looks pretty good. And you can see the wing over here, how serious this wing is, because this was meant to be a track weapon though. And you can see the exhaust over here. It's a titanium exhaust, so it has been totally made in or turned into blue because of excessive revving. Then here we have a Carrera GT. We have a 812 Superfast, or basically an 812 GTS. So it's the convertible. It's in matte black though. It looks pretty good. Then we have a McLaren Senna, again matte white and matte orange as well. Again, all pretty unique combinations. Then we have a 911. What is this? Then we have a 911 GT3 Touring, by the way. So how do you know it's a Touring? You don't have the rear wing. Instead, you do get the standard rear wing, and also you have the badge GT3 Touring, and also a pretty nice spec. And you have the F12 TDF right over here, and that's all. And that's how the Zenvo looks over there. So now let's head to the other car paddocks outside, and we'll take a look at them. Okay, so let's take a look at the JDM section now. So we've got a Mitsubishi Evolution right over here, and then we have a Toyota GT86, which is again modified. Then we have every JDM fan's favorite. That's this. That's the Nissan GTR, and this is actually the Nismo. Then we have an Infiniti right over there. You have some Defenders. You have the Land Cruiser GR Sport, which I've actually made a video with. So again, you can find it in the description. Another Land Cruiser. You have a V8 Defender, which I have again made a video with. And you have some good SUVs down at the side. Okay, so now we are here at the Rolls-Royce Stand, and we have two cars over here, and one's the Rolls-Royce Phantom, and the other is the newly launched Black Badge Ghost. It's in the Panda spec basically, so that means you have blacked out accents with the white paint job, and it does look pretty good. You have the Black Badge wheels, and it is meant to be a more sportier version of the standard Ghost. And you can see the interior right over here, nice and white. And let's move back. So at the back over here again you have more blacked out accents with the more blacked out surrounds for the tail lights as well. So it has more power and better handling, and it's meant to be a more sportier driving Rolls-Royce than the standard Ghost as well. So let's move to the other side now. Okay, so now we are here at the Lamborghini stand, and at the Lamborghini stand we have two cars only, and both are the Aventador SVJs. So one SVJ is in this orange right over here, and this one is also in a pretty unique spec. So you have green gold accents, and you have another dark green right at the back over here. I hope you can see that. So it's a pretty unique this is an Aventador Roadster, by the way, SVJ Roadster. This is the standard SVJ Coupe, and that's all. Then let's move on to the next one. So now we are at the Bugatti stand, and they have 4 cars right over here. One's this exclusive Bugatti Bolide, which obviously everyone knows it's meant for the track only. So it's an evolution of the Bugatti Chiron, and when it turns into the track focused weapon. So this is how it looks, and I think the rear design is one of the best. I hope you can just see that clearly. Yep, there we go. And it's got a pretty unique rear design. You can just see the tires, how wide they are as well. And we have the Super Sport 300 right over here, or basically just the Super Sport. The 300 is the one which has the orange stripe with the black carbon bodywork. This one is the customer variant of that same car. So Chiron Super Sport in this orange. You have black wheels, orange brake calipers. I hope you can see the interior, black and orange as well, and pretty unique. The basic changes for the Super Sport is they have made the car longer so that it can sustain better high speed. Then let's move on to the next side. So we have a Chiron Per Sport right over here. So basically we have 4 types of Chiron. So this is the Chiron Sport, Chiron Per Sport, Chiron Super Sport, and then you have the Bolide right at the back. There's no standard Chiron, by the way. So Chiron Per Sport, black in black with the blue accents, and basically the opposite spec over here. So that's all in the Bugatti stand. Let's move on to the next one. So now we are at the Bentley stand, and we have 2 cars in Bentley. One's the Flying Spur W12, and we have the Bacalar. So this is obviously a pretty limited edition car, which is totally, you know, different from the standard Continental on which it's based basically. But you have a pretty nice or unique front end design. You can see the headlights and the grille itself. Then you can see the wheels, also pretty unique. You have some side vents. This is the engineering prototype, and despite being an engineering prototype, it looks pretty good as well. It just looks as good as a production car, and you can see the interior, I hope, properly. Then let's take a look at the back. So the back design is also pretty unique when you compare it to the standard Continental. You have pretty thin tail lights, and I'm not sure though, but it does look like a movable rear wing, but that's all. And you have the Flying Spur W12. So basically this is the Flying Spur with the 12-cylinder engine. And let's move on to the next stand now. So the next stand is the McLaren stand, and currently it's closed off for some reason. So the cars we have are the McLaren P1 GTR, and we have the standard McLaren F1 though. So these are all the cars in the McLaren stand. I hope they could have brought the Speedtail, but I believe the Speedtail is in another is somewhere here. I've seen in some of the photos on Instagram Speedtail is available, but currently it's not in the McLaren stand though. So only these 2 cars. Let's move on. So here we have the David Brown stand. So David Brown is very famous for modifying Aston Martins or developing them as well, and this is one of the cars. It's called Speedback GT. I think it is based on the DB5, I'm not sure though, or it's a newly developed car, I'm not sure again, but looks pretty nice. Frameless doors and mirrors, I mean frameless windows, and the interior is pretty unique as well. I hope you can see that clearly. So pretty nice and good interior, and it does look pretty good. Then let's take a look at the back over here. Okay, so this one at the back is installed with a bench seat over here, so when you're parked in some event you can just pull out the back seats, sit and have a comfortable a champagne or something, or even coffee. Then let's move on to the next side now. Okay, so we have a lot of stuff to take a look at over here, but first what we'll do is we'll go inside to the Pagani Museum and we'll take a look at everything they have on display inside, and then we'll jump and take a look at all the remaining cars on the outside. Okay, so at the entrance of the Pagani Museum we have a standard Pagani Huayra or Huayra in the blue color, and it looks pretty nice, but they do have much better looking cars inside than this, and trust me, they are even more wilder than this. So let's move inside now. So this is the entrance to the Pagani Museum here in the Riyadh Car Show, and it's filled with Huayras at the start over here. So you have a standard Pagani Huayra, then we have a Huayra Roadster, and again, like I told you, compared to the standard Huayra, the Huayra Roadster is much more favorite of mine, especially the one which I showed you in the globe in the blue spec. This spec is also pretty good though and looks pretty nice. Then over there we have a Huayra BC, and we have a Huayra BC Roadster right over here. So this is the Imola, so Pagani Huayra Imola. So it's a big track beast, by the way, and here is all the information you need about the car. I hope I can just show it to you clearly. So this is all the information. So Imola, most of you might know, it's based on it's the name of a track. I'm not sure exactly where though, but yeah, I think it's in Italy though, I'm not sure, but that's all. So you have around, where is the power? Yeah, so you have 827 horsepower, that's the interior, and you can see you have the standard gull-wing doors. The wheels are massive though, and in gold color as well, and they are pretty much slicks. You don't even think about driving this on the street. Just look at that, it doesn't have any tread at all. And that's your famous AMG engine, and this is how it looks from the back. So the Pagani Imola titanium exhaust, it has already been turned blue because of the engine heat. And let's move back now, and at the back is the main museum. So let's take a look at everything over here. So we have the story of Dream, and we have the original Zonda. So we have the Zonda C12, and it had 450 horsepower, which was a lot at its time though. And basically you can see the Zonda did not change a lot, and many people still prefer buying a Zonda over the Huayras as well. They were just that good and highly collectible as well. Here you can see this one, again blue carbon fiber, something which I say Pagani does pretty good. And here you can see the interior is pretty good, white leather with some cloth inserts, and the name is Zonda HP Barchetta or Barchetta. 770 horsepower, looks pretty good as well. Nice rear wing, and you have the Italian flag up top with the roof scoop, and you have the rear wing, and that's it. The diffuser looks pretty cool as well. Then we have another Zonda over here. Again, it's in blue color though, not blue carbon fiber. And let's take a look what we have, or what is the name. So okay, so this is the Zonda F, and it had how much horsepower? Let's take a look. 602 horsepower, and you have a black interior though, and you have a nice rear wing, diffuser. Basically most of the Zondas look the same because they have pretty much the same upgrades, like the rear wing and the diffuser itself. Then you have some information on the sides, so the story, the design and all the stuff. Then this is how the factory itself looks. Then we have another car here, and I think this is my favorite though. So this one is called the Zonda Aether or Ether, however you want to call it. It's a one-off car, obviously. It has the power is not written though, 760 CV. I'm not sure how much that is in horsepower, but you can see black carbon fiber with the red accents, and looks pretty good. And you have the roof scoop, the higher rear wing compared to the Zonda F, and the wheels are also pretty nice and tasteful. I think from all the four cars over here, this one is my favorite. And you have a nice black leather interior with the red stitching, looks pretty good, and it's only one in the world, and this one is from Bahrain, I believe. So that's all in the Pagani Museum. You do have a wall though, so you can see the original Zonda came in 1999. Then you have the Zonda S, Roadster F, Roadster F. Then you have the Cinque, Zonda R, Cinque Roadster, Zonda Tricolore. Then you have the Huayra is on the Revolution. A lot of cars, by the way. And the latest car is the Huayra R, which is a track only as well. So that's all about the Pagani Museum. Let's move on to the next cars. Okay guys, so coming from the Pagani Museum, we have a lot of cars on this side of the basically car show. And what I'll do is some of the interesting ones I'll show them to you. Rest all, pretty much most of the cars you have already seen. So we have just to start, we do have some lineup of Lotuses right over here, and let's just find some more exciting cars. So we have a Lamborghini SVJ, then another SLR at the back. I hope you can just see it. I'll just zoom it for you guys. We do have a line of Renault Twizzys. Then we have a Maybach Z8, then another SLR McLaren. Then we do have some more Bentleys. At the back we do have a pretty nice lineup of Ferraris. We'll just head there, but first I'll just show you everything that is on this side. So here we have 911 GT2 RS. Then we have a Lamborghini SV. We have this Bentley right over here. Then let's take a look at something nice. So here we have the Shelby GT500. We have a 911 Turbo S, then a GT3 Touring. Then here we have the wheel-side RX-7, which is again famous for its role in the Tokyo Drift. Obviously this is not in the paint scheme of that car or Han's car, but this is the exact wheel-side body kit which his car has as well. So pretty cool. Then you have the Nissan GTR Skyline right over here. So it's in this really nice spec. It has a changing color scheme, so it looks purple, bronze and blue at the same time. Then we have a McLaren Senna and 675 LT. Then here we have a Gemballa Porsche Carrera GT. I hope you can just see it clearly. So this is the Gemballa. We have another SLR McLaren. Then we have a GT3 RS, another Carrera GT, a McLaren P1. There's a 600 LT from McLaren obviously. We have a Bentley right here. And then we have the NSX with its engine, pretty much it's an Acura NSX, by the way, not the Honda, because you can just see the sign of the engine right over there. Then let's see, this is the LT which I was talking about. Then we have a pretty nice Lamborghini Countach. This is the much earlier variant, or I think more modern variant than the first Countach, because it has that wing and that much wider body. We have a nice Murcielago. We have a Diablo right here, and most of the other cars are similar, like the Bentleys and SLR McLarens. So what we'll do now is, since there is another car which is one of my favorites, I'll just show that to you. Okay, so here we have a nice lineup of classic cars. I hope you can see them, but the most favorite one is over here. That's the GT500 from the movie Gone in 60 Seconds. It was called Eleanor, I believe, and it does have a badge over here. I'll just show it to you. So here's the badge, Gone in 60 Seconds. It's an officially licensed car, and you have the name Eleanor right over here. So pretty cool. And you have nice leather interior with that famous gear shift with that go baby go button, which obviously helps you to activate the nitrous. Then we have some pretty huge trucks right at the back over here, and I hope you can see them. So pretty huge. And another one. And then there are some small trucks which are basically they are actually big, but in front of these guys they look pretty small. So here we have I'm not sure what that is though, but we have the new Ford Raptor right over here in this black with the red accents. And we have a Mercedes X-Class which is modified, and that's about it. There are a lot of stuff, but most of it is already most of it you know already. So let's move on to that side, and we have the Ferrari showroom and we have the VIP lounge over there. So we'll take a look at that. Okay, so some of the cars while walking towards the Ferrari showroom are over here. So we have a Lamborghini Aventador. This is, I believe, the Pirelli edition because of the extra or the longer bumper and all that stuff, but I do think this is that car. Then we have 918, or no, this is, sorry, I think this is the 718 Spider or Boxster Spider. Then we have some more cars which I'll just show it to you now. So a 911, we have a Taycan right over here, and yet another SLR McLaren. But let's take a look at some of the other cars. So these are the cars that will be going into the auction, I believe. So this is Ferrari. Then we have a Bugatti right here, which is in full black carbon. And then we have a Lamborghini Miura in blue. Another Ferrari, I don't know the name. So if you guys know, let me know in the comments below. Then we have one more Ferrari. Some of the classic Ferraris, I don't know the name, so sorry about that. Then we have a 599 GTO. And this is the 512, I believe. Then we have the Maranello, another 599. I don't know the name of this one though. Then we have some nice lineup of the modern Ferraris over here. So we have an F12, we have an 812 Superfast. This is the GTS, that's the Superfast. Then we have another GTS out at the back. Then we have the F12, another F12. Then here we have the 488 Pista, another one and another one as well. Then a 360 Maranello, I believe. So this two are those 360s. Then we have two classic Ferraris. This one is the 355 Berlinetta, and this one is the Dino. So Dino is pretty famous actually. I know the name of that. Then we have a Scuderia Ferrari, another Pista, and this is the, so everybody knows this. So this is the SF90 Stradale. I think this is not the car I've made a video with, but I have made a video with the SF90 Stradale. If you want to watch that video, you can head to my playlist, which will be again in the description below, and you can check out the video of the SF90 over there. Then we have some more classic cars right over here, and now let's head into the Ferrari showroom right away. Okay, so to get access into the Ferrari showroom over here, we need a VIP ticket, but unfortunately I was not able to get that one today because all of them were sold out. But basically the cars you have here are the Portofino M, the 812 GTS, you have the Roma and the F8 Tributo. But here outside there are some nice cars kept. So you have a nice Phantom, you have the Senna. This Senna is actually what I've made a video with actually when I went to 7 Car Launch or their showroom. The people who are holding the auction over here, or basically the ones who have hosted this car show. So I have taken a look at this car as well in that showroom tour. Then you have quite a few range of cars all the way. So a Lamborghini SV, then you do have some G63s as well. And let's just take a look at what other cars are available. Okay, so here we can see we have the Porsche 911 Turbo from the, it's an exclusive edition though. Then we have the classic Mercedes 190, I believe. I think this was the car which helped or bring into existence the BMW M3. Then here we have Brabus G-Wagon and SRT10. I think this was the pickup truck. SRT10 was the name for it. Then we have another SLR McLaren, and we have the 911 GT3. Then another SLR McLaren and LFA, and the McLaren Elva is also there. I'll just show that to you. So here you have a Lamborghini Diablo, an F12 Elva, Mitsubishi Evo, and a Renault Clio. But that's about it. And this is the VIP lounge basically. But unfortunately, again, like I told you, I was not able to acquire a VIP ticket since they're all sold out. But inside we do have some interesting cars, so I can just show you a glimpse. So here you can see we have the Bugatti Divo, and inside there is a McLaren Speedtail as well. So that's about it. And there are some other cars as well, like the F40 and all. Also, one thing I forgot to tell you about, you can see there is a track in the middle of this whole car show which goes all the way to the end, and that conducts all the drifting shows. Currently there is none going on, but any of the drifting show which I just showed you in the introduction, basically in the intro video, all happen over here. Alright guys, so that was all there is I could show on the Riyadh Car Show, and obviously I couldn't enter the Ferrari showroom or the VIP launch showroom because I did not acquire a VIP ticket. For those of you watching this video, just remember that the Riyadh Car Show will be ending quite soon on the 20th or 28th of November. And at the time of releasing this video, it will be 27th of November. So if you are planning, you just have one day, go ahead and take a look at the showroom or car show. It is pretty good. And also, that's all I just wanted to say. If you enjoyed watching the video, do leave a like and also do subscribe to the channel as well, and turn on your notifications so that you will be the first ones to know when I upload later videos. So thanks for watching, guys. See you in the next video. Stay safe, stay healthy, and bye.